This is a copywriting critique of Wave59.com, covering testimonials. I'm Patrick Stiles, a direct response freelance copywriter who was forced to write sizzling copy that sells or go bankrupt in the multiple and profitable businesses that I bootstrapped to six-figure enterprises. And now, instead of dealing with the headaches of entrepreneurship, I consult to business owners that need copy that actually sells and rakes in profits. You can learn more about me at patrickstiles.com. Now, before we jump over to Wave59's website and cover how they're using testimonials, I'd like to cover the basics of testimonials and why you must use them. And the first and foremost reason is because they're social proof, they're third-party validation. Humans are social creatures, and when in doubt, we follow the herd. Two, they also add believability to your sales message. Instead of you just touting your own horn, they add believability to your sales message. Instead of you being the only one that's saying great things about yourself, it's having somebody else, a third party, say something about you, which adds believability to the claims that you're making. And three, they add credibility to what you're saying, especially if they're coming from somebody that your prospect already knows about, like somebody in your industry. And four, they further your sales message by reinforcing your benefits, overcoming objections, and justifying price. Now, there are 6 critical factors that you must have for effective testimonials, and the first one is that they should be short and pithy. A lot of testimonials are long, boring, and just kind of meander without making a specific sales point. 2, your testimonials should address a benefit or objection. They shouldn't just be feel-good testimonials that say how great you are or your product is, but they should say something specific about what your product does and how it betters your customer's life. 3, they should be very specific. This adds to the believability of them by using numbers, dates, timeframes, etc. 4, they should be in your customer's own voice. They shouldn't be edited for grammar. You shouldn't take out slang. If anything, you should add that stuff in to make them sound like it's somebody talking in their own voice. 5, they should be from a specific person. They shouldn't be anonymous. They should have a full name, an address, an occupation, a picture. The more, the better, and that adds to making them believable. And 6, the more the better. Quality matters with testimonials, but so does quantity. So I aim for at least half a dozen when I'm writing a sales page, and the more the better. Now let's jump over to Wave59's website and discuss how they're using testimonials. And before we get started, just so you know, Wave59 is a day trading software platform. Their customers are trading currencies, futures, stocks, etc. A lot of them are full-time traders and do it as a profession or are striving to get to that next level. So the first thing I want to say about this page is that this image right here takes up a lot of space above the fold. It doesn't say much, and I don't believe that it really furthers the sales message. So I would actually recommend taking that out of this page. The next thing on here is that this headline is about 50-50 in my opinion. The first part of it that talks about real users and what they're saying about Wave59 is effective, and I think that that's great. That's exactly what you want on a page that's talking about testimonials. But the second half of the headline only talks about this big empty promise that's not really substantiated, saying that it's the most advanced trading platform on the market. Now, that is perfectly fine if it was coming from somebody else. So if anything, I would put that into quotes, or I would just have a headline talking about what real users of Wave59 are saying about how the platform's benefiting their life. And in this case, it would be something like how they're making more money, how their winning accuracy has gone up in their trades, or something like that. So jumping into the different points of effective testimonials, the first one was that they should be short and pithy. And Wave59 does a great job at this. I love how so many of these are just one-liners. They're just really kind of quick and they rattle off the tongue, and it's easy to scan through them. Now, the ones that are longer, like this one up here, has a very specific point that it's making about a specific DVD program that they offer and a prediction that it made about the market 13 months in advance, and how the customer took action and actually made a trade off of this that was very beneficial for him, and how he's now giving Wave59 his undivided attention. So that's a little bit longer of a testimonial, but it makes a specific point that really reinforces a benefit, and it's in the person's own words, and it's very believable. So that's a fantastic testimonial. So when you do go longer to, several sentences, that's what you want a testimonial to look like. The second point is that testimonials should address a specific benefit or overcome an objection. And in this category, Wave 59's intermediate, since a lot of these do talk about specific programs that traders are using. Down here, there's several indicators that are in Wave 59 systems that customers are using. So those are benefits in themselves, that those are features of the platform that are proprietary and people aren't going to find anywhere else. Two other things that I would suggest Wave 59 look for when they get testimonials is something that talks about price and ease of use and something like that. Because at the end of the day trading is going to be a business opportunity type market, and people are in day trading to make money. They want to work for themselves and make money. So talking about the upside potential of using this platform to run that type of business is really kind of what people are looking for. So specific things that talk about how customers have made X amount of dollars down to the penny would be very effective in this environment. Now, Wave 59 does have one right here that talks about world-class customer service. That's fantastic. And then also, if you come up here, their first testimonial talks about MT4, which is a competing platform, which is actually offered for free by most Forex brokers. So that's a very powerful testimonial that this customer is saying that Wave 59, which is not free, is way better than MetaTrader 4. When they received that testimonial, one of the things they could have done is actually called up the person that submitted it and kind of interviewed him and got in to flesh out that point talking about price, and actually had that specifically reference the price of Wave 59 and how that person is able to justify the price of the platform by making more money with his trades. Now, the next point is that they should be very specific. Now, we've been covering this indirectly with some of our other points. Some of these are very specific that talk about like DVD programs that Wave 59 offers and some of their indicators and stuff like that. And the only thing that would further that message is if some of these testimonials address specific things about how much money has been made in what type of time frame and things like that. Now, the fourth point is that testimonials should be in the person's own voice, and Wave 59 does a beautiful job at this. I love some of these, like this first one right here that starts out, "Boy, what a charting improvement." That is just perfect. It's slang. Nobody, no corporate marketing person would ever write copy like that, and it just sounds very believable, like you're sitting at a bar over a beer and somebody's leaning over to you and saying, "Boy, what a charting improvement with this new trading software that I'm using." The fifth point is that testimonials should be from a specific person, and this is the one area where Wave 59 really falls down and could do a better job. As you'll see, all these testimonials are from just initials. Some of these are just one initial. And when we're on the internet, our BS detectors are on full throttle, and it's easy to dismiss things as exaggerated or unsubstantiated. So when we see initials, it just doesn't really connect for us, and especially because we don't know who this person is. And one of the things that Wave 59 could really do to spice these up, besides just using a full name and a city and a state, but would be to use their occupations, because a lot of these people will either be full-time traders, which would be a powerful testimonial, or there'll be people, professionals like lawyers, doctors, engineers, that are using the software, trading part-time, and striving to become full-time traders. So that would be something that really kind of resonates with somebody reading this, especially if they're in that boat. If they're mechanical engineer by day, hoping to be, a full-time trader in the coming future, then they would identify with those testimonials, and it would just kind of resonate more with them. And if your customers don't want to use their real name on your website or a photo nonetheless, what you can do is a pin name, which is perfectly fine. That's allowed. There's no big deal about it. And you can also use a stock photo. The only thing you need to do is add a little disclaimer to the footer of your site that mentions that. And then the sixth and final point is that quantity as well as quality of testimonials. And Wave 59 does a great job at this. You'll look here that they have nearly a page or two of testimonials, and they're almost at the point where they could start to weed out some of their weaker ones that don't really have a sales message and really kind of focus on the ones that are driving a specific point home about their platform. Now, let's talk about some advanced tips to make your testimonials even more effective so that you crush the competition. And the reason being is because most of your competitors are not going to be using these techniques. So you're really going to stand out from the crowd, and you're really going to drive home the credibility and believability of your testimonials furthers your sales message. And the first one is to use multimedia, things like audio or video. And this just makes it a whole lot more believable, just like using a stock photo, but to the next level. Now, getting video can be difficult, especially if your customers are spread out around the country. However, one of the things that you could do is get on a webcam. It actually kind of shows that this is just somebody in their living room on their webcam talking into a microphone, and it shows that this is a real person, because most of us don't have big fancy studios with lighting and makeup and a rehearsed script or anything like that. So that really kind of disarms the person that's reading it, and it'll let their defenses go down. And if you can't get video, one of the things you can do is audio and play it during a video with a picture of the person on the screen or a stock photo, and that's almost as good as video. And you can capture audio very easily with something like Skype or a bunch of other tools that are available. The next tip that I have for you is using Facebook comments, and this is something I've done for my clients to great effect, and I highly recommend it, especially because nobody's doing it. And what I mean here is that if you have a Facebook page with favorable comments on it, you can go and take a screenshot of that and embed that into your sales page, and people will recognize immediately that that's from Facebook and that was a comment made by a real person in a public environment. So not only is this person happy, but they're happy to the degree that they're willing to admit it in front of all their friends and family that they're connected to on there. The next point is to pepper your website with testimonials, especially in relevant areas. And what I mean by that is if you have a testimonial that addresses price, talking about what a great value your product is and how the price should be double what it is, that's a testimonial that you could put next to a buy now button, next to the price of your product, and that really kind of disarms the person. So right after they take in that information about how much your product costs, they're immediately being reinforced by somebody else saying that, yes, I tried this and it was a great deal. And then the fourth point that I have for you is to have an entire sales page written in the voice of a testimonial. And this is when you have a raving fan, you call them up, you can interview them for about an hour, get all the details of their story, how they used the product, what they loved. You can run certain benefits and features by them to make sure that they agree with those. And then you go back, you write the sales copy, you write the sales letter, and then you run it by them, have them sign off on it, and then the entire thing is written from their perspective as one of your customers. This is very effective if you have an angle of saying, I was skeptical until I tried this product, and now I'm very happy. And that's a good story that develops naturally and can really disarm a lot of people and make them willing to give your product a shot. Now, if you found this video useful, go ahead and like it and comment on it below. If you have a sales page, a landing page, piece of copy that you would like me to critique, go ahead and submit it in the comments below this video, and I'd be happy to consider it for a future video. Also, you can subscribe to this channel. I plan on doing a lot more critiques. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you're a business owner that needs hard-hitting copy that actually sells, you can contact me right now at patrickstyles.com to improve your business and boost your profits.